Welcome back to Rambling About Wrestling, the only podcast that Sam Bailey lets slide with swearing. Today we have a Futureshock of the Lightning, I believe that's the show name, preview for you, joined by my stunning glamorous assistant, Sam Doherty, and the hot new thing, Peter Bradders.
Hi.
It's a 7-match card, of course, although there could be perhaps a women's match yet to be announced at some point. But if not, we've got 2 titles defended and a trophy to be won. Let's kick things off heading in to the Futureshock Trophy Tournament. Our first match in the tournament, Dynamite Lee Dawson taking on Bryce Strong. Dynamite Lee Dawson won the Last Chance Saloon Battle Royal for a spot, and Bryce Strong lost on that show in his own match, a chairs match. What do you think, guys? Which way is this going to
go? After you.
Out of all the people I wanted put together, I did not want these two because I had them both making the final originally. So, Dawson, who I think we said previously on sort of like my podcast, Dawson's been on, he's felt lost in the shuffle in Futureshock for quite a long time. So to have him winning this last chance saloon match, as you like to call it, I'd call it the qualifying match to see who gets through, but we'll kind of leave that there. Having Dawson win, I'm glad to see he's getting some kind of a decent push, if you like, because I think it's deserved. Strong is coming off the back of arguably the match of the year in Futureshock this year. I think we can hang our hats on that being the match of the year, unless they pull something dramatic out of this show on Sunday. It should be a very interesting encounter.
Samuel, what do you make of the match?
So we're actually differing opinions already here, which I didn't think was going to happen for the first match. I don't think Dynamite Lee is going to get past here. I think this is a very clear Bryce win. I will admit, this match feels like let's put together 2 people who we wouldn't really have that we can just that can work with whatever we want to do, because Dynamite Lee Dawson, he's got this story, they've advertised it as David versus Goliath, but with Dynamite Lee Dawson, it's always weird because he's normally the big power in his matches. So I think we're going to see a different side of him in this one. And then Bryce Strong, obviously coming from a loss against Bentley, though you can't really hold that against him when before the Last Chance Battle Royale, Dynamite Lee was coming off of a loss to Najay, who Jack notoriously is a fan of. So both men here are not on the strongest of grounds. But yeah, if I had to judge it on who I think we're going through, I know I just said at the start of this, I don't think Dynamite Lee's going through, but looking at the field, and if we go by traditional heel-face matchups, we can assume that people not to be revealed are heels. And you think about who they might push. Dynamite Lee could go through just to even the next round to be 2 faces and 2 heels. So it's not 3 heels and 1 face. But I wouldn't be that surprised if Bright goes through, because Bright is one of those wrestlers who I think can switch a lot. Like, he goes from a face to a tween to a heel depending on what the match demands, and there's not many that can do that. Because like I've only been watching wrestling for a short time, but I've seen people cheer, be in the middle and boo him as the same character. Obviously his dad, major face in the company. But yeah, Bryke has sort of embodied three faces, if you will. So I think this one is the one where I'd be surprised if either of them win the whole thing, but it will be good quality slap up whoever does go through.
I've got Bryek dominated in my notes, and I think most of the stuff that I was going to say has been said. You know, it's a very standard, good match. It won't be match of the year. It will be. It could be match of the night, though. It could go either way, like you've both said. Yeah, I struggle to call a winner, but I think you guys have pretty much explained that well. We'll go for predictions. I'm locking in Bryek Strong to go through. Samuel, you said...
I'm gonna go Lee. I think Lee will go through.
Alright, tiebreaker. If I had to push you for an answer.
I'm gonna go Dawson, but I feel it should be Strong.
See, I see what you've done there. You're a winner either way, but...
Don't, because that is my thoughts, because your first thought is, oh, Bryke will go through because there's another man in this tournament who he's had recent history with, so they can play off of that in the match going ahead. But if you look at the field as a whole, it makes more sense if Lee is the one to go through.
Mm. But the way they've done it with the build-up, it feels like Lee is the one to get through. But the way they have also tried to work Strong in recent months, he feels like he should be getting kind of like pushed forward as well. So it's one of them.
Yeah. Moving on in the tournament, there are before we get to our next announced match, because I feel like the mystery opponent is fun to leave to the last little bit. We've got 3 other confirmed entrants at the time of recording: Scott Oberman, Keenan Krishna, and Bentley. How do you see which of the 2 do you reckon will be facing each other, and who will be facing the unannounced person so far? I'll start off here. I think they're gonna go with the tried and tested route of Scott Oberman v Keenan Krishna, simply because they had a good match in Catch. I'm hoping, I'll let you shake your heads, but Keenan Krishna hasn't been active since Catch, and I feel like he knows Scott Oberman. He had a great match with Scott Oberman. I don't think they'll push the envelope too far here. I mean, go on. I'll open the floor up. Prove me wrong.
I'll go on this one first.
Oh God. So where to start? First of all, from what the vibes I were getting from the promo, Keenan is going heel, and my first thought is both of them are making to the next round because Keenan's coming back. You're not just gonna have him lose. In just coming back to the promotion. And Oberman, he's basically like one. If you think of Futureshock, because of the gear he's had with the Adrenaline title, why wouldn't he make it to the next round unless you want to go fully in on
because he's going to crash
leaving.
Out. He's going to crash out and storm out.
Yeah, but he said that if he doesn't win this, he's leaving. So it would only be if Oberman were like, hey, I want to work elsewhere, don't want to work, Futureshock dates. So
yeah, he's just called the Progress. He's just been called up to Progress. He's touring the ballroom frequently. This is a good excuse to get him out of that local wrestling territory and occasionally have him pop back, but I feel like he's made it into the wider British scene a lot more now.
I think I thought because of Oberman, because of his antics over the year, it would be the obvious thing to have Oberman and Bentley face each other, and Keenan's facing the unannounced man. Because Bentley's all about being, a vigilante locker room leader, and Oman's all about himself abusing his power in the locker room to, cut corners. So I thought that would be the obvious round one match.
So by your logic of Scott Oberman shouldn't lose, you think Bentley, who's just come off the back of a big win, should?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's kind of wild, Samuel. I can't stand there and take this. What do you think, Peter? Where are you leaning towards?
I did like the fact that you kind of said about Keenan and Oberman having their match at Catch earlier this year. I say earlier this year, kind of back end of this year. Both alumni to Northwest Strong. So there is that kind of pecking order between the two as well. If you're looking at it as well, you can't put these two against each other. I'm sorry, Jack. It ain't working. It will not work. I think what we will get is possibly Bentley against Oberman. I think that's the route they're going to go down.
My only issue with that is the fact that I have Oberman and Bentley both getting to the finals, so we might be in trouble. I didn't think about how a tournament of this way would work, really, in terms of our final predictions. I wanted some definitive predictions here. Should it be Scott Oberman versus Bentley, which way would you guys swing?
You didn't do your catchphrase.
No, I'm talking to you lot, not the comments below.
Because you were using your cadence for when you say leave it in the comments below. I thought you were segueing that up. But
you get one of them a show.
But Jack, if you actually listen to us, we both said it should be Bentley and Oberman.
That's what I mean.
Gave you an answer.
No, I mean, should that match happen?
What he means, Sam, is he wants us to agree with him. It's what he wants.
No, what I'm asking you.
Give me what I want.
This is what I have to put up with when there's
give me what I want
here when we're recording these. I have to go along with what he says because he's the boss.
No, what I'm asking you guys.
Someone in my corner.
I'll be honest. When it comes to tournaments like this, and it's effectively kind of 4 qualifying matches, I tend to look and think, right, how are you going to work the final, and then pick it from that, as opposed to, right, who's going to win the qualifiers? I kind of do it slightly backwards. So I have the 4 that I've written down that's going to be in the final, and trying to make some sense or logic behind it, which, again, it's wrestling. There is no logic.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm going to stick, and if it was Bentley and Oberman, I'm going to stick with Bentley.
See, that's what I was asking you guys before when I was so rudely interrupted. I said, if it is Oberman v Bentley, which way would you guys swing in predictions? And you so rudely said that I was trying to convince you that it should be Oberman v Krishna, which it should be. But I mean, that's one apiece. Samuel said that it would be Oberman, and you said it would be Bentley.
So
I tend to... Bentley. Oberman is losing his match, whichever way he goes. because of the reasons I listed before. And if he's not, if I'm wrong, then I'll be sad, I guess, and I'll admit that I'm not very good at wrestling predictions.
I will say, if it does work like this, if you're saying that he's losing his qualifying match no matter who he faces, whoever he faces, he's going to injure with a steel chair. I know steel chairs is Bryke's thing, but I feel like if he's going to crash out, he's going to injure them going into the final match, and that person will be injured, which is why I think he's going to face a face. And out of the people that we have, because one hasn't been revealed yet, I'm leaning towards Bentley. He could very easily face the Eighth Man, who I have an idea of who it is, and Jack ain't going to like it, who I think the Eighth Man is. But yeah, so I think that, yeah, if he is losing, that's going to be the storyline going into the finale match.
Okay, so that, I believe, means that Keenan Krishna is the odd one left out to fight the 8th unannounced man. Who do you guys have as the unannounced man? Samuel, I'll let you start with you since you're so eager to tell us all.
You're going to hate it because you hate it when it's the predictable, someone in power uses their thing to get what they want. And considering he's already done this earlier in the year, I don't see them being any different. Sam Bailey is going to make the executive decision to make this the best trophy tournament of all time. He's going to insert himself into the tournament without earning it, and despite the fact he's lost most of the matches this year, and he's going to be fighting Keenan.
I mean, I don't hate it, but it is a little bit scammy. Scam Bailey.
Yeah, and he's going to do it, and then he's going to complain online.
I actually have 9 different people.
This is more what I wanted.
One of them is Bailey.
Run them by me, come on.
Do you want the most ludicrous?
We'll just go with mine first, and then we can end on yours.
Yes.
Oh wow, is he in there?
Ludacris is going to enter the trophy tournament.
I don't think it's any big name. I just think it's Teddy Ray, and they just haven't announced it yet because they haven't got to that day of the week.
Winter. They're going to announce Lily Winter's entering the tournament.
You've stolen my pick for former champion.
Lily Winter cannot make it.
It's a Lily Summer.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear your 9 pitches.
Right.
Hey, wait a minute. That's a different channel we're ripping off now.
Cultaholic.
So,
get in there, lads.
No, I will refrain from that. So Teddy Ray, which we mentioned. Then, if you want to throw a curveball into it, because we haven't seen him for quite a while, and I think he might be back from injury, Lance Rivera. We have either Pele or Grayson, because they might go down the singles route. Dr. Proctor, Slam Johnson, Josh Easy, because they might put him after a couple of good performances last month.
I like him. He deserves a shot.
That, though, he got eliminated in the last chance, so we can rule that one out.
Exactly.
Either KJ Tevlin or Aiden Tevlin.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
And just for, shits and giggles, Nate Reese.
I want that one. I want Nate Reese.
Because we all love Nate Reese.
And he can fight Keenan and then be 2 short, angry men. Just.
Is Keenan particularly short?
He looks short, but to be fair, he was fighting Oberman the one time I saw him, so he could be. That could be an unfair scaling.
That is my wild card, Nate Reese.
I like the Proctor one because when they announced the Last Chance Battle Royal, the only two wrestlers to immediately quote tweet it was Bryant and him, and Bryant's in the tournament, so it makes sense if Proctor's also in the tournament.
And Proctor got took out in the final last year.
Yeah,
yes,
so
they could
makes
run.
sense.
Both men got injured in the tournament. They
Redemption.
could run it like that.
Redemption for the Doctor.
So would he fight Keenan then? Are we in agreement that that would be the match?
Or Oberman.
It could be Oberman. It could be Bentley in my scenario. No,
He fights Bentley.
I've been talked around, and I do kind of agree now.
So you're gonna run heel versus heel and face versus face for two of the matches.
I mean, it is a tournament. You can
Yeah.
go down that route. There's nothing to say you can't.
Yeah, but if you're only booking one round and then a four-way, why would you even do that?
I will say this. If you look back at last year as well, you had Joe Blazer and Tony Wright, who were faces. Joe to a degree.
Joe was a tweener. I feel like, because everyone knew he was going to turn on Tony.
But it was
Yeah.
still- so it can be done.
Joe Blazer is another name. Could be.
I
Well,
may be bringing
that's-
that name up later.
I was gonna say let's not mention I had a really good pitch there that might be thrown off if Joe Blazer enters the conversation
Like a New
before
York Mets player.
the former champion. But before we do that, let's throw some predictions together to make this four-way final. Would it be Keenan Krishna or would it be Dr. Proctor? I think have we decided that's going to be the name?
I feel like that's the most likely name to come out of the 10 that have been mentioned up to now.
There've been quite a few. I still think Teddy Ray is the correct answer here, but
I'm looking at my final four and I don't like it anymore.
If it is Teddy Ray, I feel like Teddy Ray wins because the way I have it, it then would make the fatal four-way two faces, two heels, and I like when things match. So I'm going to go with that Teddy Ray / Dr. Proctor. Whoever it is beats Keenan. Which is annoying considering it's his debut.
debut.
Return
Debut?
even. Return.
Good.
Debut in this year, in this part of the
Re-debut.
country. Debut localized within this area on the same day.
Yeah, I guess because
Yeah.
he's been in Catch this year,
Well,
which
his
is in the
last
same
match-
area.
His last match in Futureshock was in Stockport, so he's kind of returning back to the scene.
Of
Yes,
the crime.
You want to go kind of.
there
that
was a
way.
certain criminal who won the Futureshock trophy tournament in 2018 that we'll bring up in a second. But I'm going Keenan to win for my dream four-way. Who are you going for?
It kind of has to be Keenan because he's returning, though.
I've got
I feel like
Keenan.
I feel like if it was another return, it may be up in the air. So if it's someone like Teddy Ray, I feel like it's 50-50 on who it could be.
If it's Teddy Ray, it's Cat Amongst the Pigeons.
A rat amongst the pigeons.
And I don't feel particularly happy for the pigeons.
Or
Right,
the cats.
now we get onto Roman's match against a former champion. Who have we got as the former champion? Let's all be very calm and nobody say Joe Blazer before me because I've got an idea.
Do you want me to name the 12 possible and then you can decide?
Right, no, we'll go with Samuel first. I want one name, that's all I need. And then I've got a few more, but all I need to enter is one.
Okay, so Sona Durson. I'm gonna throw that name out there. Facebook has him as the favourite to be the one returning, and his profile picture is him with both the Adrenaline and World title. So if you just describe him as a former champion, he won both.
The Turkish
I mean, that's
wolf
fair enough.
himself.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen him in Futureshock for a while, but he has hung around the Northwest scene, current British champion of Grand Pro.
Had a good match on Saturday as well at TNT.
Ah, who was he fighting
Again,
there?
Lewis Johnson.
Ah, very nice. The Lim Reaper.
That was a good match. Durson is on that list for those that are interested. We have Bailey. We have Ridgeway.
Yep.
You could have Callum Corrie under Sandy Beach. Hasn't been in Futureshock for a long time and hasn't wrestled under Sandy Beach.
See, I feel like we're going too not adventurous, but I'm not feeling that this is going to be a particularly
Too
big
far back
return.
in the history books. You feel like it's going to be like this decade.
It's possible people that have been champions. So
Yeah.
JJ Webb.
He's been champion. Are you just reading every cage match champion ever?
How dare you? I've got notes here.
That you've copied down from the cage match championship list. I know.
I like to keep statistics, you see.
Yes.
Teddy Ray. Danny Hope, which I don't think is going to be that.
I've got Danny Hope as one of the people that could technically be there and could actually fathomably exist in this tournament, but that I would be extremely disappointed with.
Damon Lee. Dangerous or Deadly.
Yep. Either.
Two names that I have heard bandied around is James Drake and Zach Gibson, Liverpool's number one. But then there was one name that, when we were chatting off air, came into my head. Joe Kessler.
The Cyber Slayer, yeah, he could easily be in there. We could possibly, should everything work out and should Teddy Ray be the mystery guy, with that we could see Two-Bit and Kessler reuniting in the four-way if extreme circumstances should happen and both men should win. My pitch was, should Keenan get through to the finale, Joe Blazer should be the former champion, because Joe Blazer was the man who won the Futureshock Trophy Tournament in 2018 as Big Guns Joe in the year where Keenan was injured, and he said that he's coming back for revenge on Futureshock in general, and I think they should take each other out, and Bright Strong and, I mean, in my version, Bentley would be in the final, but they can run it back one last time. Near the end of the match, they should take each other out, and that can be a 2026 feud. That's what I had for Joe Blazer. However, some of the other former champions who it could be, Luke Jacobs and Ethan Allen were tag team champions as the Young Guns. If they've got them, I will give them a pass for anything else they ever do. I'll fully support Futureshock forever. James Drake's over here as well. GYV, former Adrenaline champion as well. And obviously, as I've said, Danny Hope was in the category where technically he could be, and he's the man who, if I was putting money on it, it would be him or Joe Blazer. But I wouldn't like to see it.
Yeah.
Aiden Steen, former tag champ.
I would find it very interesting if Aiden Steen came out as a not as Forbidden Planet though, as like a PG version of
PG Deathmatch.
His current deathmatch version. He wrestled as that deathmatch version the week after he had his first deathmatch where he did a shot of blood because he came out with the shot glass he used.
In fairness, I think he has been a top champion in the Northwest before as a singles competitor. So I quite like that one, actually.
That might be a shout.
Of course, Aitonstein with Dave Birch could also be Dave Birch, you know? If Aitonstein's off doing the deathmatch thing, Dave Birch might want to branch out. Hey.
Oh, I've just got that. That's really bad. This is your second strike now. You're on thin ice now.
Yeah, but you're playing bowling, so really I'm winning.
How do I kick someone out the call?
To be fair, I don't trust you to kick him out. I trust you to kick me out.
Yeah, you'd accidentally kick Peter out.
I'm not having my intelligence insulted right now.
But you just answered your own question there.
Is there any because I'm thinking if this is a bit jokey, is there any one-off awards that they handed out? And technically, it's a champion.
This isn't jokey. This is a very serious discussion.
You know, it's just suddenly come into my head something that we said earlier. It's been built up to be, it's going to be a future champion. And we're all I'd say we're all in agreement in terms of the former champion. It's not going to be Bailey. Agreed.
Yeah, but now I'm starting to doubt myself.
However, you can see Bailey saying,
hyping himself
I was
up.
the former champion.
Yeah.
I'm in this tournament. And to be fair, if it was Bailey and Romy, I would not be against that at all. I would actually like to see that.
I wouldn't hate a Jinder style one where they had a former world champion return on Monday Night Raw and it was Jinder Mahal. Then The Rock came out, where we have Sam Bailey accept it, be like, I am a former champion, and then lose to Romy, and then after the match have an actual former champion come out and laugh in his face and do something of the sort.
Just
attack him maybe. Well, it wouldn't be Ridgeway.
I only say it being Bailey. It would make... This is me wearing my booking hat on. Romy is on a roll. And you expect him to kind of carry this trend through. Might not win the tournament, but you kind of expect him to make the final at least. And the fact they said a former champion makes you think they're not going to bring someone in to have Romy lose to him. And looking through all the names, even some of the top names as well, Bailey makes so much sense. Especially against Romy. Because he can do everything he wants. He can show off. He can try and make fun of him. Plus, he'll want to kind of... Bailey, with his ego as he has at the moment, as the character, would absolutely revel in crushing a young star's undefeated streak.
And that's a theme because he tried to little bro Tony Wright, and he immediately pounced on AJ the second there was even word backstage of him getting a title opportunity. So it's a trend of it. But what I would want to happen is, and Atomic did this, but we all think Atomic maybe did it because of AJ falling down the stairs just to get the match out of the way. How does she do it? He should come out, spend most of his entrance arguing with the crowd, playing up the character. When he's asked is he ready, he does each individual, making sure each individual pad and thing on him is ready to go. He spends so long getting ready, says he's ready, they ring the bell, immediately he runs into the kick that Romy does, pins 1, 2, 3. And then you just have the fallout of Bailey basically throwing a kid's paddy.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. The fact that I hate it so much is the way it should happen. it shouldn't be a pleasurable experience if Sam Bailey comes out as the mystery man, former
Because
champion.
then, if there's no other matches and it's 4-3, the first half, there's why it can be the 4 qualifying matches, because one of them's really short, so it's more just like 3 matches. So you
I
can
was
have
going to
3 and 3
say,
each side.
it's the year of the 6-match card in Futureshock from the last few months, so it would make sense if one of them was a bit more of a rushed contest.
And if Sam Bailey is the one, you want that to be the rush contest, because he's tried retiring about 5 times.
I'm
debating. He's debating whether or not he likes the idea.
No, actually, I'd switched off. In fairness, I was just looking at the final 4, and I'm trying to figure out which one I would like to move and replace, but it would not work. It could work, but
I'm trying to think of who we've said as a collective who would be the final 4.
all mine will be completely different to what I've actually said.
I think
The
it was
officially
like Oberman, Dawson, Romy, and Keenan. Did we say is the 4 for us?
So the 4 I've wrote, and it's completely against everything I think I've predicted. Romy, Keenan, Dawson, and I've got an Oberman. Because you've got the whole Keenan and Oberman connection. Plus we've kind of like Northwest Strong and the Good Mates. And you've got Romy and Dawson, who are going to be the fan favourites. However, I'm trying to think, if Ray was involved, would they put him against Oberman or Keane?
Ooh.
That's what I'm trying to see how I could fit Ray in, but at the same time.
Well, Jack said he doesn't think Oberman's gonna get to the final.
I don't. But
well, if he
you
doesn't,
two said they would, so
if he doesn't, then I feel it's going to be Keane or Oberman that could face Ray. And it's going to be one of them two that kind of helps the other one out.
I think the official 4 that we picked from our predictions was it? Did we predict? 2 of us said Bright Strong over Dynamite Lee, right?
No, I think me and Bradders said Dynamite Lee. You said Bright Strong.
Well, Bradders gave a non-answer.
I said Strong, actually, but
yeah. So the official
I've gone for Strong, but I said it makes a bit more sense for it to be Dawson.
The official Rambling About Wrestling Final 4 prediction as a collective is Bright Strong, Romy, Oberman, and Bentley, I believe. Is that correct?
No, I thought we had Bentley fighting Oberman. I thought it was Bentley and Keenan.
Oh, no, that's just me reading my own notes there for a second. I was trying to remember. Because I had Oberman v Keenan, which should be the match, but you guys went with Scott Oberman v Bentley. I'm remembering now. I'm forgetting my own stuff here. Who did we have as the 8th person?
We said Sam Bailey.
I mean, not the former champion, the other unannounced person.
Teddy. It was either Teddy Ray or Dr. Protzer. We couldn't decide between the two because we didn't know if they were which way they were going to take it.
And
I'm trying to figure out my own 4-way here that I've predicted.
And come tomorrow or Friday, after this comes out, and it's literally going to be a case of not Ray, not Proctor, not anyone we've actually suggested.
Slim Brennan is the 8th man.
All right, I've got one to throw into the mix, and he'll win the tournament.
Let's hear it.
Peter Sador.
Yes.
Hey.
Peter Sador should come out as the former champion because he's got that belt.
He's lost that many matches. It's where it all turned.
You're a bit blurred, but we can see that it's Peter Sador. He comes through enough.
Wild card. I'm telling you now.
I mean, with this tournament, it's like Money in the Bank, or like the. I don't watch AW, but the casino chip or whatever they use. It's like the thing where it's like it works better if it's a heel, because then it can be used at any moment, and like
Yeah.
it works better when heels have longer reigns. So at this point, I'm just trying to think, who would it be for the Adrenaline Championship? I don't think whoever wins is going to go for the world, because, spoiler alert, if we're talking about the world
No, we're not yet.
championship match.
I want this segmented very nicely.
Spoiler alert, but I don't think a face is going to hold the world championship for that long. So
Question.
I'm thinking who's going after the Adrenaline Championship.
Question. Who are the names we have to make the final? Because I have a definitive answer if I know the names.
I believe
what names
that
are we potentially going for?
the names that we chose as a collective predicting each match, I believe, makes Bryek Strong, Romy Kendrick. I think you guys went Scott Oberman over Bentley, didn't you?
So
I came round
Alright,
on you in the end.
What I will do,
Bentley.
I will put them all in. So Romy, Strong, Oberman, Bentley, Keenan. Is that it?
Yeah, we had the final four, according to you guys, would be Keenan, Bentley, Strong, and Romy.
I've considered it, and going off past results, I'm going for that.
Okay. I had.
You don't like that idea. I can tell by your face.
I don't hate it.
It's like I've pissed on your chips.
I feel
corned beef.
They're a bit. It's a bit of a rogue guess for me. I was thinking Bryek Strong, to be honest. To be quite frank with you, because he's a hunter, and a hunter with a golden opportunity whenever he wants would be a good bit of entertainment in 2026.
Can I use that fact that I've been sitting
Yes, please.
figuratively on?
Yes. Get up and use it.
2 people in this tournament have had previous wins in a tournament format.
Yes, Bryek Strong won the Lotto Thunder. And Scott Oberman also won the Lotto Thunder.
There we go. Watch him
but that's
go.
That's a different kettle of fish. They
have the experience of winning a tournament.
That's a completely different kettle of fish, though. A 4-way elimination match is different, isn't it?
It's still a tournament. Ow.
Is he putting his hand up
on
my
hand up because Scott forgot to ask me who I think's win the tournament.
Well, we're going through people. Wait your turn. You don't get a turn, actually. Oh, go on then. Who've you got to win the tournament?
Okay, so my mind was torn between 2, but one of you said the other name I was thinking of, so I'll say the other name just to be different. Romy Kendrick. They're putting a rocket on him. He's going up. I think, he's gonna get in there. And plus it's like, you both picked heels to win the tournament. Let's see what happens if a face wins it. Let's see what
we had a face win it last year and a heel the year before. We're back to heel year.
The other name that I thought of, and that I didn't say, it was Keenan. I did think Keenan might win it, just because, in Couch he's got this thing with Tony. So I'm thinking if there was any matches to run next year, like that would be it if like near future. But you know, by the time this ends up being cashed in, it could be,
To be fair, though,
a couple months later. So it could be anyone.
That idea I said to you about who wins it, you don't necessarily. Is it for the title, or is it you can choose any title?
You can choose any title to cash in at a time of your choice for up to a year. My pitch for how I think they're going to lay it out is that Declan McCarthy is going to beat Joey Hayes easily, and then the final is going to be the main event, and the PC are going to surround the ring and have a lumberjack style thing where they just beat anyone who comes out the ring up, because you should stay in the ring and fight is the thing here, because he's sort of a false prophet, Declan McCarthy, saying a lot of things about others, and but then also leaving matches when he doesn't feel it's worth it. So I feel like a stay and fight with honour, but a dishonourable man at the same time would be quite good. Alright, well, I mean, we've already discussed it a little bit, but Declan McCarthy challenging Joey Hayes for the Futureshock Championship. I'm saving my favourite match till last, but
the match of the night, I think. I think it's going to be match of the night, the one we're saving till last.
I was going to say, Declan McCarthy v Joey Hayes, I think could be seconds long. If in my dream world, it is a Sam Bailey-esque squash like you were talking about before.
Just copy what I said about the Sam Bailey match, stick it here, but just replace Sam Bailey's name with Joey Hayes, and you've got the match.
Now, an interesting tidbit, this will be day 364 of Joey Hayes' title reign, which is slightly concerning that he's not going to make it to a year of Hayes. Yes, Peter?
Someone's been on Cage Match.
And you know what the funny thing
No,
is?
I remember
The funny
that
thing is,
he won it on December
Cage
8th.
Match. I told him that fact from Cage Match.
No, you did not. I
Yes,
told you he
did.
won it on
I was
December 8th.
looking at the things.
The beauty is I could edit this however I want. The December 8th show last year, which I checked out what date I'm a Wrestler was, and it's one day after this one. December 8th was last year, was the I'm a Wrestler, Get Me Out of Here, and he won the title on that date. And this will be day 364 of his title reign. Yes, Peter?
It was actually I'm a Wrestler, Get Me Out of Here, Part 2.
Nerd, as Gallows and Anderson would so kindly say to you. Who cares? Who cares? No. That's a good point. Oh, okay, yep, Sam. Yep, Peter. You're both the same person to me at this point. You're both idiots.
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, okay, good.
What? I'm an idiot.
Well, you know, I don't know if you've checked, but yeah.
You know what I find funny about this? If this does happen, it means that Joe Blazer would have had a longer title reign than Joey Hayes. Joe Blazer got a full 365 days. So just to get back onto the subject, are
Yes.
we all in agreement that Declan McCarthy is winning this match?
Yes. Yes, Peter.
I'm agreeing.
Ah, you were agreeing. Okay. What an infuriating man.
Yeah, as much as on Twitter, me and him have our disagreements, and I know based on his previous track record, he's going to immediately quote tweet me in something I've said as soon as he wins the title, because he did that the last time something like this happened. He's gonna win because Joey, you can't go from having nearly losing to Slam Johnson to beating Dec McCarthy. You can't do that.
In fairness, was that a title match against Slam?
It also wasn't Joey Hayes. It was Joey Travolta, Except it was
Travolta.
Joey Hayes, because Joey Travolta gave a title shot away to Declan McCarthy, of which he's now challenging Joey Hayes for the title.
They said it wasn't for the title because I asked Greenwood, but then Holly Barlow classed her 2-count match as a title defense.
In fairness, they were not using made-up names.
Yes, I feel that's fair enough.
Yeah,
I think it's about time we move on to the people's main event. This one is going to be raucous, as NAJ challenges Tony Wright for the Adrenaline Championship. It is... The promos for this have been incredible. Either way, I think the fans are going to be going home happy, even though this probably won't main event, so there could be sad things happening. But at some point, the fans will smile this night. At some point, the crowd will lift the Stockport Guildhall off its roots, purely out of excitement, and I expect an earthquake of applause for whoever wins. Let's see what these two Muppets have to say about it, though. They appear to be doing the mannequin challenge.
I was waiting for the hand. I didn't know whoever speak or not. Yeah, I'll go first. What I find interesting about this match is the fact that it doesn't follow the traditional things of face and heel, because they're still both faces. I know NAJ gets booed by certain wrong people, but he is actually a really good wrestler. And it's nice that during the year, you have a clear thing of over a span of a year, you get the person who won the Last Chance Saloon Battle Royal, which I got my cowboy hat from, off of NAJ, sold it to me afterwards, which was really nice.
He sold it to you. Oh, how kind!
Even
how
signed
kind.
it for me. Yeah, but it was a tenner and he signed it. You know, like that's a bargain. Now he charges £15 for a T-shirt. And now he's challenging for the, the Adrenaline title. So I think it's nice in this year. Like you have a year where you can instantly compare. How much stock NAJ has risen. But it's much. It's hard because on one hand, I feel like Tony Wright's reign can't end after only one defense, 2 defenses. Sorry, no, he had Sam Bailey and Oberman, so he's had 2 defenses. It can't end after 2 because how long it's been waiting.
No.
On the other hand, faces are always better when they're not the champion. Like when they're striving for a goal, I feel like they're always better. So and plus Tony, he's like so big. There's going to get to a point where he's bigger than the Adrenaline Championship, and there's going to be a point where they're going to want to move him up to the world title.
You're just wrong. Tony Wright is the Adrenaline Championship. He embodies everything that's been that title. He's earned everything. He's fought for everything. The world title isn't the main title in Futureshock. It's the Adrenaline Championship because Tony Wright holds it, because everybody fights for it, and because it's main evented a few times. World title didn't do that a few years ago.
So Declan, you can quote tweet him now. When these 2 guys are saying it, he goes after me. So you can all go after Jack now.
Hey, these comments are my own. I'm not dragging Peter into this. It's gonna be just a fantastic match, though, especially because of the similarities between the two. Obviously, NAJ and Wright both struggling to win matches. Wright didn't win a singles match for 17 months, and he didn't win one by pinfall for 21, because this was against a DQ against Bright Strong, and NAJ didn't win on rookie season in one-on-one matches. So it's going to be pretty tight. They're very similar, and of course, in the promo NAJ uploaded just a few days ago, I don't know when this will be going out officially, so well, it's safe to say a few days ago, he obviously said that Wright gave him his first pair of boots, which sort of means that Wright might have created the monster that is his downfall. he definitely created a monster in AJ. Of course, there is the other overarching thing that the crowd should not be 50-50 on this, because AJ wants to turn the title into a spinabout. Tune in. Oh no, you don't have to tune in tomorrow. I was going to say tune in tomorrow, but it's being uploaded tomorrow, and then this video is coming out the day after for Tony Wright's reaction on AJ turning it into a spinabout.
Tap in.
Very funny. Very funny when I mentioned that he wanted to turn it into a spinabout. But it's been 7 shots at a title for Tony Wright to reach the gold, and 3.5 years. So 5 have been for the Adrenaline Championship. And he's been screwed every time but 1. So it's been a tough journey. I don't think you can just take the title off him this quickly. I don't think he will lose the title. I think he'll hold it for a long, long time. But if Neje is the one able to undo Tony Wright's work for 3.5 years, I don't think you can blame him. I think he's as much as I love to hate on him and hate to love him, he's earned his shot fair and square in a 4-way. So if he wins, then he deserves it, as does every Adrenaline Championship challenger. It always feels like there's a chance they might win it, whereas the world title has felt a bit stagnant, where we knew it was going to be McCarthy who was the next man who could win it, and these open challenges have sort of filled a void for a year. Yes, Samuel, with your hand up.
I know you're going to say, and I will let Peter speak on this because he hasn't had the chance, but I just want to say, you say he's going to hold it for a long time, but in recent years, thank you, Cage Match, the Adrenaline Championship, it gets to about 130 days, and then they lose the title. The only outlier has been Oberman, because Teddy Ray was 120 days, Lee Dawson was 140, and then after that, you're getting into like 2022, and Chris Ridgway had it vacated, though it doesn't seem to know when he vacated it. But so it does sort of be like every 4 months we get a new champion. So, and I think having 2 monster reigns back to back, because I'm just thinking, Declan is going to hold the world title for a while. So you need one singles title that is going to bounce around a little bit. So I feel like maybe, I mean, it could be this show. I think at some point, in the first quarter of 2026, Wright will lose the title.
Fuck your statistics, is all I have to say there. Tony Wright is not a man who listens to the rules. He's proved that before. You can't... I hate that way of thinking. We're not talking about statistics here. We're talking about Tony Wright, one of the most hard-working men in Futureshock, fighting for 3.5 years, finally getting the gold. And you think just because it comes up to the 4-month mark, he's going to lose it. No, that's not how Tony Wright works. He's defied the odds before, and he'll do it again as much as you like. He'll be champion forever. I don't think he's ever losing the title, and the day he does is the day I retire from whoever beats him fandom. If it is AJ, I mean, I don't have to worry, but I'll hate anyone who beats Tony Wright ever again, quite frankly. See, he's left. Oh, I was hoping he'd left there. I was hoping I'd bullied him away. That horrible thinking of 4 months. Come on, Peter, back me up here. What have you got to say on the subject?
I just want to see your face if NJ wins, to be fair.
Stick a camera on my face. We'll find out. I'll get the GoPro.
I'll be honest. When we get to the end, I will put a camera on your face just to see your reaction. As I think we've said, this is a rarity where you literally have 2 fan favourites going up against each other. NJ, much like Wright said in his promo, both on similar paths. Both have done almost similar things. Wright being in the ring longer than NJ has, so he kind of has a bit more experience on him. That said, Tony saying about NJ earning everything that he's kind of got at this point, which is what Wright did. So, coming into this match, I think it's definitely going to be interesting, the crowd reaction for these two, because I think this could be split. I think this
I
will
definitely
really
think
split.
it could be. I think we won't have seen a closer split in the crowd than to this than the days of Lee Dawson v Tony Wright. I remember that night very similarly, and I do feel like there'll be. I said this to Tony Wright the other day. I feel like somebody is going to be the Jack Bennett. I can see Samuel's hand. He can. Oh, see, I see. He might be pointing out that our call ends in a minute. Oh man, that is a shame.
Third call.
I think
get what you need done.
I think there'll be, and I'm going to finish this thought before it ends. I think there'll be someone sat in that crowd that is as locked in on an AJ win as I was on a Tony Wright win that night. And good things didn't happen on that night. Lee Dawson retained, and it might be Samuel, but in my defence, I was about 4 years old there, so I was very childish. I had a sign. It was beautiful.
To correct you, Jack, you said Dynamite Lee Dawson and Tony Wright was the last time that crowd's been 50-50. I would argue that Forbidden Planet versus Meat Wagon at Danger Zone earlier this year, that crowd was split exactly 50-50 down the middle, because there was not a single person who booed any man in that match.
Yeah, but that's not the same as being split. I can see where you're coming from, but Lee Dawson and Tony Wright was literally 50-50 down the middle. It was as perfect as you get it. Obviously, all the 7-year-olds I'd convinced to riot if Tony Wright lost. They were quite convinced Tony Wright were winning as well. Obviously, that didn't come to fruition, as I've said. Hopefully, the underdog of you, Samuel, loses just like Wright lost on that night. I don't think Chris Ridgway will be interfering, though.
I think there's one component that some people have forgotten about. I feel like the Horde are going to interfere, and that's what causes AJ to lose.
Now, it's interesting you say this, because you obviously haven't watched yesterday's interview with Tony Wright, where he said, should the Horde
I don't
interfere...
watch your videos. I don't watch your videos, Jack.
But we have got confirmation from Tony Wright that should the Horde interfere, he'll be very angry and not give them a title shot at any point in 2026. I don't think he has the power to do that. I don't think he has the power to ban someone from a title shot for no apparent reason.
He's not the owner. Yeah, so I think if Tony retains, is what going to cause it. I think because there's been a Horde and AJ storyline brewing ever since AJ pinned Gorgon for this title match. So
yes.
And I fully believe Brad's theory that Nate Reese is in the tournament. And if Lee Dawson's also in the tournament, then Gorgon's the only missing end from that number one contenders. So, Gorgon interfering would then, may call for them be able to do something on this show.
Yeah, but how would Gorgon get involved if Tony Wright has said that he'll fight the Horde off if he sees them at any point?
Have you seen how small he is? He can just sneak under the ring.
The issue I have with it is that Tony Wright's made a promise to me that he won't win with the Horde's interference and that he'll fight them off with AJ should they make an appearance.
Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he gets distracted too.
Yeah, but if he finds an unconscious AJ, he's going to find out. He's going to notice that he's not conscious to fight.
Maybe AJ accidentally knocks himself out. Maybe there's some random stairs that he falls down.
That is fair enough. Well, I'm going to ask you guys for your final predictions on AJ v Tony Wright. We're going to find a definitive list of winners from Rambling About Wrestling. My pick, I'm starting off with Tony Wright, of course. He's not losing because fuck your statistics. He's not losing in 4 months. The 4-month curse is getting broken, which isn't even a real thing. He's got heart and soul, not numbers.
But
What's your pick then, Samuel? Because I have a feeling I know where you'll be going, and then Peter can tie us up.
Just to make this interesting, I'm gonna say NAJ's winning.
You already said that though, so you said the only way he'd lose is to if the Horde got involved.
Yeah, and I was the one who said the Horde might get involved, so yeah.
All right then, Peter. It all lies on you.
Short and sweet, Tony Wright.
Correct answer. Well done. Round of applause for all involved except Samuel. So that is the end of proceedings. A few short plugs in the link down below. You'll have tickets on sale. I'm so kind. I'll put the link to get tickets on sale. If you use promo code Samuel is a dick, you'll get nothing, but you'll get my thumbs up if you post about it online. Peter, I'm so kind. I'll let you brag about a certain podcast you may have where we'll probably be doing a Futureshock review. We've done the preview here. The review comes on the other one.
More than likely is a fair assessment. Yes, you can catch me on my not award-winning show, Bradders Grappers, where I would like to try and give a quick plug at my home away from home, it feels now, in Stourbridge for Bridge Pro Wrestling. However, considering it is a Bridge Pro show, it is a joint promotion because you have Bridge Pro and Spine Buster UK Media.
Ah, yes, I have heard about this one.
So they are doing a special collaboration for Millie McKenzie, who, if those that don't know, has been battling with a liver problem for quite a while now. But things have took a bit of a turn for the worse, and she's now needing to have a liver transplant. So they are doing a special show for her. You can go to her GoFundMe page, which I think Jack will hopefully put down at the end.
I was about to say, yep, I'll leave the link to that and to get tickets to the joint show as well in a separate bit of the description.
So I have my ticket, which costs £10, and for everyone that's on, is always a bargain at Bridge Pro, but this even more so. But at the time of recording, the target they are aiming for is 13,000, and as we stand right now, it is at 11,951, with a fair few well-known names donating heavily to Millie's cause. So give if you can. Millie is one of my favorite wrestlers. First person I ever had a photo with. If you've ever met her, she is the nicest person you can possibly meet at any show.
Absolutely.
Always happy to take time out and chat with you. So yeah, that is what I am going to leave and put back into your hands.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, we'll definitely leave all the links there. The card itself, I think there've been a few match announcements that I've seen, and it is, I mean, anything's good for a tenner, but it's, again, similarly to most Bridge Pro shows, shockingly good for a tenner.
Well, purchased my ticket months ago, to then having this star-studded lineup. I am like a pig in shit.
Yes, you should be.
And
again, if you're like me and are now scrambling to get to the show, again, the link is in the bottom for me if I have to edit out this back.
The people at home, who, just to remind, say who you had winning the tournament. I had Romy Kendrick to win the tournament.
I had Bryce Strong.
Ian Christian.
Those picks are locked in. Join us whenever on Bradders Grappers I might not be on there, so I don't know why I'm saying us, but whenever the review comes out, see the review and see if anyone was correct.
Drop who you think's going to win the tournament in the comment section down below. And until next time, support independent wrestling, support Millie McKenzie, support Futureshock, and have a great time at Futureshock of the Lightning. A great name for a great show.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, Bradders is waving. Okay, I see. And Merry Christmas, joy to all. Bye-bye.